What's up, everybody? Clint here tonight, excited to join you guys this Friday. Little Freedom Friday awesomeness. And oh man, there's a lot to talk about, I'd say. Let me know about the audio. I decided the DJI stuff, it's nice. It does great for recording and everything, but for live streaming, apparently it's not that nice. So I figured I'd change it up and try to do something a little bit higher quality for you guys. So let me know if it sounds good, okay? Now, with that, obviously, you guys have noticed that I am talking tonight about the real threats to democracy because everything in the news recently, and probably one of the reasons, actually, it's no doubt in my mind, one of the most obvious reasons there was an assassination attempt on Donald Trump was because the media, this current administration, has labeled him a threat to democracy and to our way of life, which is, you know, pretty wild, if you ask me. So, we're gonna talk a little bit about the real threats. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed the video we dropped yesterday, the day before, Wednesday. I think it was Wednesday. Is that when I dropped it, or was it today? Anyway, and that one was just a fun one to get started, all about well, self-reliance in such a dependent nation, and we can talk a little bit about that as well. And yeah, let's just hop right into it. How about it? Okay. First of all, cheers, everybody. Tonight, I am joining you guys with a little bit of Ardbeg in my Henry Rocks glass. A little bit of Ardbeg. That's okay. Once this goes, I'll probably be switching to my, yes, you guessed it, 2A bourbon. All right. So cheers to all of you guys. Thank you all for being here. Thank you all for, hanging out and chilling. So, love it. All right. So let's go ahead and talk really quick about tonight's stream. First of all, I see a lot of the comments already coming through. I'm going to start back at the beginning, and I do want to go ahead and let you guys know that, of course, the channel is monetized, which is great. So we'll see how long that lasts on YouTube. Obviously, I'm streaming on Twitter, which actually is telling me it looks like there might be a problem on Twitter. I don't know. Whatever. It might not be working. Apparently, I have to have a premium account now or something. So Twitter's obviously not working. But Twitch is up, YouTube, Facebook, and Rumble, of course, which is pretty cool. So yeah, super chats, all that stuff is extremely appreciated and welcomed. And of course, they show up nice and bright and flashy, so they catch my short attention span and I can get to your comments right away. Other than that, though, I'm going to be here talking with all of you guys for the next little while. I haven't decided about how long we want to stream tonight, but fiance and I just got done eating a little bit of dinner. That's why I was late. I was spending time with my family. All right. So forgive me. May have lost track a little bit of time, but it's all good. Okay. So again, thank you guys for joining me on this Freedom Friday live stream. If the Fridays are good for you guys, let me know in the chat as well. All right. So with that, Tanner's wanting to know if I've got my ducks with me. They're right outside. They're in the coop with the chickens. They're all hanging out. All right. So there you go. Let's see here. We've got Country Bear Assassin, my first live show. I always miss it and watch it later. Not today. LL, keep up the good work. Appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Cheers to you as well, Keith. Appreciate you guys being here. Missed the live stream sadly from Mark's to Spot. I'll catch after. Got errands to do with the misses. Completely understand. All right. So as I mentioned before, the assassination attempt that took place, just a little over a week ago or 2 weeks ago now, on most likely the next president of the United States, Donald Trump, I believe occurred because of the rhetoric and the hate speech, believe it or not, from the media and this current administration. Now, you'll notice my live stream prior to this, I was ultimately kind of alerting everybody or wanting to awaken a few people to the Trump, Biden, doesn't matter, our 2A rights are at risk, as they always are and most likely always will be. But something that I just kind of left it up in the air. Quite a few of you were commenting. You had no idea where I was going to vote, things like that. if it comes down to Trump or anybody at this point, my vote is most likely going to go to Trump. I don't even have to say most likely. I'm going to vote for Trump, and especially after we saw that reaction after getting shot in the ear, which I can imagine is not pleasant. Uh, he at first it probably took him by surprise. He didn't know exactly what happened, and Secret Service does their job, kind of, and they gather around him, protect him, and he stands up and puts his fist in the air, fight, fight, fight. That was chilling to me. That was the sign of strength, unlike President Biden's speech last night. That was weak. Um, Biden has a bout with COVID, even if that's really Biden at this point, deep fake technology and everything else. I'm not trying to spew conspiracy theories, but at the same time, we're getting to a point where what is real? What is the truth? You can't go to, as I mentioned in my last video, we can't go to mainstream media. We can't go to all of the popular news outlets because everybody's going to put their spin on everything. And then there's going to be outright lying, like KJP, the press secretary, coming out and saying that Kamala Harris was never the border czar, even though years ago, and that footage has been brought up. I actually shared it to my Instagram, magdump_Morgan. That story from Being Libertarian, their Instagram page, and it showed exactly that she was put in charge of the border to fix the border crisis, and she visited once, if at all, and we still have a major issue at the border. And if anybody's trying to deny that or look elsewhere, you're full of shit. All right. And so here's the other thing I want to talk about too, because I'm seeing so many people. I'm with her. Okay. I posted that I'm going live tonight on my personal Facebook. I'm not friends with everybody there, like my Mag Dump Morgan page is, public, right? But my personal Facebook account, I've got people that are both on both aisles, and I shared it there, and I'm like, join me on this stream tonight. I know some of us have worked together, and you probably don't have similar political views and whatnot, and that's completely cool. There's nothing wrong with that, but join me because I'm seeing, let's just be honest. I'm seeing a lot of Black women saying that this is their person. And let's be real. I shared this from Maj Touré. She's not fully Black. She's doesn't have Black children. She's not married to a Black man. She ultimately, I don't think, is a good embodiment of a strong female, a strong woman. And I do believe that we're ultimately going to be fed all these wonderful things about her to try to sway that demographic. And it's sickening, right? Look up Rhonda Israel. Completely said her name wrong there, but she is significant when it came down to fighting some anti-gun stuff in Chicago, I believe it was, and Black female, not with her, right? And she made some really good points about how she is who she is and why she isn't standing with Kamala Harris. So, like I said, I hate that we have gone so far. And you want to know what the true threat to democracy or our constitutional republic is, ultimately having these political offices filled by people that are treated like celebrities, by the way, instead of working for us, the people. And ultimately, it is not their character. It's not their competency. It's ultimately what they look like is what is getting them into office. And that, I believe, is a greater threat. If you were to give me 2 resumes and neither one of them, I don't typically give a shit. I'd never give a shit about who somebody looks like or whatever. Give me the qualifications. Let me see. Let me hire somebody off of their merit and experiences. I'm not looking for a DEI hire. That's all there is to it. I'm not looking for a cis white male hire. I don't care. I just want somebody that's going to be proficient at the job. And we have gotten so far away from that that I believe that is actually the greatest threat to democracy. And not one single person. Not one single person, because that type of language is obviously dangerous. Because, well, people will take it into their own hands. If somebody has been called literally Hitler throughout his entire time as a politician, then people are going to relate him to Hitler, who was obviously an evil person who carried out disgusting and grotesque things and who murdered millions of people, by the way. Yeah. And now the media that I'm supposed to trust, by the way, is telling me that this political candidate is literally the same guy. No wonder somebody took a shot at him. And quite frankly, I'm actually surprised it hasn't happened sooner, honestly. So, yeah, I'm really pissed off at the language, really pissed off that democracy is how is it at play? My buddy James on Facebook put up a really good thing as well. An association in 2012, the RNC did something very similar. They made it very unfair to Ron Paul, who was most likely the more popular candidate at that point in time, to be the presidential nominee. So it's all a system that's rigged at the end of the day. I believe that. I'm still going to vote because I think it counts. Honestly, at this point, I'm voting because what do I have to lose? What do I have to lose? You know? So let me know what you guys think, of course, in the chat, in the comment section, whatever. If you're watching this after it's live and you're just watching it as it's posted, comment and talk to us a little bit about what you think about what I've just said. Do you agree, disagree, have further opinions, things like that? But I'm going to go ahead and hop over to some of the super chats that have come through, and thank you guys. So with that, we got Jonathan. He's going straight into screw any political talk, which, by the way, this is not a political channel. Somebody else made the comment, you know, if this is going to be all politics, it's not. They're live streams. And a lot of people are like, 2-hour-long videos, you're ridiculous. They're live streams, guys. My regular uploads, 20 minutes, somewhere in there, give or take. So, you know, these long platform things, yeah, I'll probably have guests on the live streams and stuff like that at some point. But this is a live stream. So if it goes a little long, that's because I'm doing some Q&A and stuff like that. All right. So there we go. Jonathan Valiz is wanting to know how many Mark 18s is too many. Friend of mine has 3. Sounds like you don't have enough. You can't have too many Mark 18s. Thank you so much for the support, Jonathan. Appreciate it. We've got Otter back in the house. Always good to see you. Do your best Trump impression anyway. Yeah, appreciate it, Otter. If I had to do a Trump impression, you know, in front, like, you know, after I have a little bit more of this, I'm actually not too bad, you know. It's always the hand gesture. It's, you know, if I think about it, it's always the hand gesture. It's playing the accordion. It's playing the accordion. It's the greatest. It's the greatest accordion. And nobody will be able to see it. But you over there, you don't have as good of an accordion as I do. That's as good as I got. All right. Thanks, Otter. Appreciate it. Mike, great to see another live stream Friday working. Awesome, Mike. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. And Broken Cord is over here with the super sticker. Thank you so much, guys. Appreciate you guys, all of you, so much. And I'm also going to hop over to Rumble really quick because, you know, I just want to make sure that it's all coming up and smooth over here, and it looks like it is. So great. Awesome. Let me get back over here, find out where exactly I am in the chat, and get to some of you guys, and I just want to hear what all you are saying. And this one's actually pretty good from Dillagaff. Good to see you. Herrera Morgan 24. That would be something, wouldn't it? I mean, quickly getting censored. That's what I could see happening from there. All right. So there, oh man. Let's see. Let me go to another. Brandon Herrera was only 400 votes from winning. Get out there and vote this November. People, I don't think, realize how important those state and local elections are. There was 700,000 people in that congressional district, and only 30-something thousand came out and voted. Guys, and Herrera was 400 votes short. Granted, what he did, if you guys watched his video about the craziness that was him running for Congress, he made the establishment scared. He made them wake up and realize really quick they wanted to spend maybe $1 million on the campaign, but they spent $10 million because that's how effective Brandon was. And that's how fed up I think a lot of the people in this country are with the current political nature of the beast that is right now the entire United States election cycle, which is just, it's a lot, right? It's a lot. We've got 311 is a good band. How about the census, including illegal immigrants, and the census is used to allocate electoral college votes? It's scary stuff. We already starting to see them wanting to reform the Supreme Court, right? So we've got some pretty scary things that are happening. Pretty scary things that are happening for sure. All right, glad you glad you appreciate. Again, it's all about the accordion and the point. You gotta point with like your entire shoulder. You gotta point. It's the greatest point. It's the greatest point, and nobody's ever gonna do a better point. Oh God, I crack myself up sometimes. Let's see. We've got Wooly just signed up for GOA. Thanks for the info. That's awesome, and I'm glad you mentioned that because while GOA is brought up, and thank you, Wooly, appreciate it. Gun Owners of America is hosting, for those of you that don't know, is hosting their first annual convention, the Gun Owners Advocacy and Leadership Summit, August 17th and 18th at the Knoxville, Tennessee Convention Center. I'm super stoked. Right now, the plan is for, obviously, there's going to be a range day, media day, and then the public days are the 17th and the 18th, and it's free for GOA members to get in. I think it's like a $25 cover charge, or if that's what you want to call it, at the door to come in. So get registered, become a GOA member, support the only no-compromise gun organization to a lobby organization sitting here defending your Second Amendment rights, okay? So get out there and do that. And I'd love to see you guys. I think... who's talked to me about coming already? I think Keith, I think you said you were. I think where is Tanner? I think he said he's coming out too, so that'll be cool. Both of you guys are here in the chat, you know, so the more of you guys I see, the more and more I'd be happy. All right. Broken Cord, thank you again for the super sticker, and then you immediately said run for office. Look, man, that's a whole lot of... I had a hard enough time just getting my YouTube channel going, all right? Like actually like starting to put out content. Running for office is a whole different game. So we'll see about that. And it seems like a lot of drama and stress that I just don't need in my life right now. Maybe when the kids are a little bit older and I don't have to worry about waking up every couple of hours to change a diaper or something, you know, that might be good, okay? So there you go. Let's see here. Goodness, I'm coming back. I want to get to some more of y'all's comments, obviously, because you guys always talk about some fun stuff. Like Steve here is asking about looking for the perfect backpack gun. Should I stick with the S&W FPC or the CZ Scorpion? Have you looked at my friend's Fold AR? Because now you can have a collapsed AR in your backpack, and you got 5.56 or 300 blackout instead of 9mm. But if you want to keep with the PCC, the Scorpion is awesome. I do like it quite a bit. But I'm just saying there's obviously price differences here because they can get kind of pricey. So I don't really have any experience with the FPC, but the CZ Scorpion I do. And I love my CZ Scorpion. It's a lot of fun. And the Franklin Armory trigger runs very, very well in it. Just throwing that out there, okay? Let's see over here. And yeah, actually, it's funny because Anthony's asking about the same thing about the best backpack gun. And for me personally, too, when I did some traveling down to the Outer Banks with the family, and this past week, that's where I was for a family reunion, and it was good to see everybody and all that. I had my SIG Spear LT with me, Rattler 300 blackout, nice compact boy. And that's what I drove with, and it's a pistol, so you know, whatever. But there you go. Let's see here. 311 is a good band. Why does the NRA stay in the shadows when it comes to joining litigation? Well, I think that's probably because they're out of money. Their membership is dropping drastically, and they're already like, as far, I don't know what the last news thing was. Ultimately, I think they were filing for bankruptcy not too long ago. So yeah, what are you gonna do about that? Okay. Let's see here. Jonathan Veliz, thank you so much for the super chat, or Velez. 11 and a half inch Super Duty, 14.5 URGI, working on an 11.5 URGI, 13.7 CK Pro. Mark 18 is next. I moved to New Hampshire and switched to Republican because the left is nuts. Like there's nuts on both sides. And with that, it's just, what are you gonna do? And your family in Florida hates Trump and cut you off because, wow. So that's the other thing. That is also a huge threat to our way of life. Family members, friends, relationships ending due to politics, right? I can understand cutting out toxicity. Uh, I've done my fair share of it. I'll be honest with you. I I get fed up. I focus on my family, the family that I've made, not the one that I came from, um, because that's what's important to me. And what I learned really quick is those that are for you, that really love you and care for you, they'll work with you. They'll support you. That's all there is to it. And if you have family that's willing to literally stop talking to you because of politics, that's is that even family at the end of the day? Like, what are you doing? You know? Now, believe me, I've got a very liberal, and if any of my family's watching this, they're going to know exactly what I'm talking about. I've got a very liberal uncle in my family that I don't reach out to. I don't care to. Right? He insulted me at Thanksgiving dinner with my family years ago. Talking about, he said he wanted to blow up the NRA headquarters, super lefty. And I responded, I laughed, and I was like, "You're the reason. You said you wanted to blow up the NRA headquarters. You're literally the reason why I cling to my AR-15, because you're threatening to kill perhaps hundreds of people, innocent people." But he justifies it, and this is the liberal lunacy. They justify that, like, how many people, like, watch Heavy Duty Country's video, recent video about some of the craziness of people on the street, people online talking about how the only thing that asshole did wrong when he took his shot at Trump was he missed. And the way they justify it in their minds are like, how it it literally, I can't even, like, I have no words. How does it make it make sense, right? You're cool with killing some people to elevate or move forward your cause, right? Because it's for the greater good. Like I said, make it make sense. Okay. And if that's the type of people that your family were that cut you out, it sounds like they did you a favor, honestly. Like, I don't know your family. Don't take offense to that, please. But I'm just saying, Jonathan, thank you for the super chat. But I feel you, dude. There's plenty of people that have been in my life for a majority of my life that and it's not even because of politics. It's just because you're toxic. You cause way too much stress, and you think you're always right. We can't have an open dialogue. So, bye. It sucks. I miss some of these people, but I miss maybe our friendship from years ago, but recently it's like, oh, you're not even on my mind. And if they're watching because they just want to see what I'm doing and all that type of stuff or keep up with me, appreciate it. But if you know who you are, then fix yourself. So that's what I got to say to your family, Jonathan. I hope it all works out for you, man. Let's see here. We had a couple more come through. Thank you, guys. Tanner, just talking about you. Thoughts on Trump bending games, some of guns, Sofitel, who's in people? All right. Thoughts on Trump bending gamed, some of guns. All right, dude. Are you having a stroke? Am I having a stroke? Just fucking with you on the last one. Can't wait to meet everyone. Dude, I'm not gonna lie, you got me. You got me. All right, all right. Appreciate it. Thank you, Tanner. For I couldn't tell if you were having the stroke or me on that one, but appreciate it, bro. Always good to see you, Artemis. Thank you. Love you, mean it. Let's go to Dashero11. Thank you. Appreciate that. That'll definitely help go into buying some ammo, which I did today, which I'll be honest with you guys. If there's one thing I miss from Classic, it's not paying for ammunition. Excited for the future of the channel. Thank you. Seriously, that means everything. Let's see here. Max is in the chat. Max, I've got to look you up, man. It was good to see you. Good to see you at the beach, dude. Can't wait to get you out here and get you shooting. Max is a young gentleman, by the way, guys. He's practically my nephew, and he has he's I want to say he's excited, he's motivated to get behind a gun, start pulling the trigger. Young dude, and I can't wait. I can't wait to teach you. I won't even charge you, okay? Just kidding, man. So tell your mom to come on up here. Get Julia and Rich, come on up here, and let's do some shooting, okay? All right, cool. See you next weekend. All right. Speaking of next weekend, by the way, before I get to Jonathan here really quick, actually, let me read that. I saw something. Destiny, the piece of shit, is happy firefighter. Yeah. Okay. All right. I had a thought. I was going that way, but now I'm going this way to respond to this because, like I was talking about before, so many people justify it in their head that it's okay because they're a MAGA supporter, a Trump supporter, whatever, that, oh, it's okay if they die. So what you're saying is if a certain person falls under a certain demographic, it's okay if they're dead. In fact, they're better off dead. That sounds very, I don't know, Hitler-esque to me. Jesus Christ. This is what we're dealing with. Look, my video that I uploaded very recently was all about self-reliance, self-preservation. If you guys aren't like my man Max, wanting to learn how to use a firearm, if you're not looking to be a little bit more independent, prepared on your own, starting to actually figure out people who might be like-minded, working within your community to support one another, you probably should. Because at some point in time, I feel like, and again, I don't like to fearmonger, I just like to inspire thought. I do feel like at some point in time, imagine if Trump died that day, how much different our lives would be right now. Like, we came about, I don't know, an inch or two away from absolute chaos in my mind. Chaos. If this guy wearing a Demolition Ranch shirt succeeded, right? I feel bad for Matt, by the way, and all the PR, a great response to that, if you know what I'm talking about. But to be happy somebody died in this situation is terrible. The only people that I might ever celebrate dying is pedophiles. So, there you have it. All right. And that's because they're not people. Let's be real. So with that, what was I going to say? Because I said I was going to go somewhere over here, but then I saw your comment and went over here, and now I forgot where my train of thought was going. So I'm going to get back to the live comments because maybe one of you guys will remind me. And I see you. Hi, 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 hi. I see you. I see you, bro. It's good to see you, man. Thanks for being here. So enough said. Let's go, Max. You got a fan base already, dude. All right. Maybe we can make a video out of it. All right. That would be pretty fun. So let's see here. Steve is saying when Trump got shot, I said that's it. He just won. That's pretty much how I felt. But now that Biden is out and Kamala is in, I fear they are going to do whatever they have to get her in the White House. And they did whatever they had to get who they wanted in the White House this last election. I mean, guys, there was even, if I can find the video, I'll try to. But there's literally a video where somebody is at a ballot box like a news reporter or something, and then this woman pulls up and is stuffing the ballot box with what where uh, on caught on live TV, like it's crazy, you know. So just there's I truly believe that if they succeeded with the Trump assassination, Biden would not have dropped out. What do you guys think? I don't believe he would have dropped out. I think he would have probably most likely stayed in. So there you go. 0 delegates in the Democrat primaries. Oh, man. Oh, man. Tanner, thanks again, bro. Something about CF and free ammo? Yeah, well, when I was working there, uh, I guess you can say it wasn't free. It was definitely me about, you know, working there and creating content, and ammo was supplied, right? Thank you, Rob. Next weekend was what I was going of because I was going somewhere else with that. If you are local to the area, that's upstate Massachusetts. Do they say that? Do they say that around here? Upstate Mass, or do they just say Northern Mass? New Hampshire, Vermont, whatever. This area. Next week, I will be at Monadnock Firearms at, opening hour was at 9 a.m. Remind me, Rob, is it 9 a.m.? We're going to do like a coffee with Clint type of thing. I think it's kind of funny. It might be a little corny, because it's just me, but I was up there today to buy that ammo, and it was kind of funny, people coming in and like, oh, hey, you're Clint type of stuff, and starting to talk with you guys. One gentleman who was here in the chat not too long ago, by the way, showed his Forerunner off, and he and I were showing each other's Forerunners, and that shit's cool, And I was like, man, it would be nice to have a cup of coffee while we're doing this. And so thus be it, coffee with Clint at Monadnock Firearms next Saturday. Guys, if you're, like I said, if you're local to the area, you want to come and hang out for a little bit, talk guns. I'll probably bring some of my personal collection, because who doesn't like to talk guns, right? So bring your guns. Let's all just talk guns and shit, and let's have a good time. 10 a.m. Thank you, Rob. 10 a.m. next Saturday. Coffee with Clint. Sound good? And Keith, I may have actually been talking with Jared today, that's Guns and Gadgets, about maybe doing a Blackout Coffee sponsored coffee with Clint, but it'll most likely just be Dunkin' this time, okay? The box of Joe or whatever it is, it'll probably be easiest that way. And yeah, I'll bring in some donuts, right? I'm really holding back on making I'm gonna say it. I'll bring donuts. So that means the 4 or 5 cops that are on duty will probably be there. All right, there you go. I'm sorry, it was low hanging fruit. I'm sorry. But yeah, looking forward to next week. All right. So let's see here. Brass Angels, what's up, man? You live where now? Damn it, man. North Carolina needs you, good sir. I needed a change, and I found my way up north, which another misconception is just because there's new in the name of the state that I'm at, I think everybody thinks that it's like super anti-gun. New Hampshire actually has better gun laws, in my experience, they just do, than North Carolina. So, hopefully it stays that way, but it seems like New Hampshire keeps going a little more left with each election, which I wouldn't mind that if, it made sense, but it doesn't. So I am looking to maybe inspire a little bit more right think, and a little bit more independence and freedom. So maybe this purple-esque state might start to glow a little bit more red, right? Like I want to get a little bit more forbidden popsicle, aka a really hot silencer. That's the color that I'm looking for, or like the red stripes behind me. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. Also, I don't mind the snow. I actually like the snow. And from what everybody is telling me who lives in this area, what we got this past year, which was the most snow I've ever seen in my life, all 33 years of it, they said that was like a light winter. So we did survive on a generator for a couple of days. That was cool. Let's see here. The Monadnock Shootist, always good to see you, bro. And if you'll be there around Saturday, you guys might get to see the Monadnock Shootist as well, Jacob. New Hampshire, some of the best gun laws in the country, but we keep importing the rest of New England and New York. So yeah, so there is that. There is that. Also, somebody saying can't hear you, but it looks like everybody else can hear me okay, I think. I think. Yeah. So maybe unmute me, Derek. If maybe. Let's see here. It's okay if you're late. That's all right. We're here talking. We're having a conversation. Yes, Keith Snow. Really, I do like it. I know. It's crazy, right? But let's see here. Brasson, good for you, brother. Grow that family and grow yourself. Yes. A lot of self-improvement is being made, and I mean, know yourself and seek improvement, right? So let's see here. Let me get to a couple more of you guys. And yes, New Hampshire is the live free or die state. Ironically, when I was paying several $100s for my registration of my Forerunner, I got those live free or die tags, and I kind of smirked to myself. I'm like, wow, the same state that has a view tax. Thank you, Monadnock Shooters, for letting me know that. The same state that has a view tax also has the state motto of live free or die. So if I ever run for politics, it would probably be me. My platform that I'd be running on would be, let's truly make New Hampshire live free or die. And let's just make New Hampshire the ideal state. We can start small. It's a small state, right? We start small, and we just get rid of all taxes because that's theft at the end of the day. We eliminate all gun laws, and we tell everybody, don't be a dick. And if you feel like being a dick, somebody with a gun might correct you. So, an armed society is a polite society. Obviously, there's some sarcasm here, okay? But what I'm getting at is ultimately less regulation, less government oversight, less big government, less taxation. And we can start by just removing the view tax, the ridiculous property taxes, things like that. And I like the idea of perhaps let me decide where my money goes. It's not so much of the idea of just get rid of all taxes, which I'm cool with. But at the same time, I like the idea of being able to dictate what I do with my money. So if I feel like having a fire department, okay, I'll donate 5-10% of my paycheck to the fire department, right? If I feel like, I don't know, me personally, I'm the streets here are fine. That's good, I guess. When you go to Massachusetts, which ironically has more taxes, it's like crossing that North Carolina, South Carolina line. As soon as you leave North Carolina, you just start hitting the bub, which I thought was at some point, South Carolina has less taxes. And I was like, well, maybe that's, maybe there's something here. North Carolina, you pay more taxes, but the roads aren't as bad. Still bad because there's government involved, but not as bad. South Carolina, less taxes, shittier roads. Okay. And then I moved up to New England, and that logic went right out the window because, well, New Hampshire, you don't have as many taxes, but the roads are better. Massachusetts, a lot more taxes, but the roads are crap. Again, make it make sense, right? I don't know what to do. Thank you for confirming. Appreciate that. Let's see here. I don't know. You guys tell me. Am I making sense? Right. Thank you again, Jonathan. Appreciate it. When is Roast Your Builds coming soon? All right. Let me get the regular content flowing. Let me get the weekly live streams going. And yeah, and then the bust. Well, I can't say bust your builds because, I mean, we all figured that out together. But bust your builds is classics thing. But like I said, blast your blasters. That could go weird, but there's ones that we could figure out. Okay, so there you go. Mike, Clint, please turn up your audio a little bit. Can I do that here? That's volume. Is that the gain? I don't know, man. I'm new to this. All right. That's what I was saying. Like, let me do this too. Let's see. How's that? How's that sound? Is that good? Is that bad? Different? Better? Worse? I don't know. You guys tell me. But absolutely, government never makes sense. Massachusetts, that's pretty funny. Let's see here. Just yell the whole time. I mean, that's pretty much what I'm doing right now. So so there you go. Sounds fine. Some of you. Yep. All right. Good. And I guess I could also go to my audio settings. But taxation, I also is, I think, a great threat to democracy. If I'm just, being honest. What about 100? How's that? Is that too much now? I just turned up the mic volume. You guys tell me. I don't know. But there you go. Sound is clear, loud as fuck. Well, you can always turn it down, right? So that's good. Dude, I'm an audio engineer. Your audio is fine. All right, great. Thank you guys. Appreciate all you guys for letting me know. Okay. Okay. So let's get back on this here. Threats to democracy. First of all, that's something else too there's something that I want to make very clear. Politicians are elected, our elected representatives are not our leaders. At the end of the day, we elect them to represent us and the will of their constituents, the will of the people. When they stop doing that, it's time to get them out. Okay. So don't confuse representative with leader. They're not the same. All right. With that, the reason I'm bringing all this up is because I want people to start understanding that these aren't people ultimately to look up to unless they're doing the job and doing it well. When they're not, like, Biden, I do believe if he's not fit to run in this campaign, why is he still the president? Now, granted, a lot of people are like, oh, no, let's keep him in there because he's not as worse, not as bad as Kamala or whatever. Well, that honestly, it doesn't matter. I don't think they want him to drop out of being president because once Kamala gets in there and people start realizing, wow, she actually really sucks, she probably won't win the election. So quite frankly, again, let the people decide. But at the same time, we're not voting based off of, well, how good somebody is doing, or better yet, their voting record. And then you've got, oh my God, you got so many people that are saying that they're voting against Trump because of Roe v. Wade and stuff like that. It's like, do you guys not see the big picture? Because of who he selected in the Supreme Court, overturned Roe v. Wade. And look, I'll say this, a lot of, obviously, the Supreme Court judges that we've got that came from Trump has done a lot of great things. Okay, there's no denying that. But something that is kind of bothering me about a lot of this election and how people are saying that they're going to vote, at least from what I'm seeing on my social media and stuff like that, is again based off of nothing of any substance, I guess. It's all very disheartening. And I'm kind of going all over the place. My mind's going everywhere because there's just a lot of nonsense out there. 5x5 now. Am I supposed to know what that means? Mike? 5x5 now. Do you mind explaining? Because maybe my head's just not catching on that. All right. I don't know. Maybe. But let's see here. No, I don't understand. New Hampshire, I assume, has always been red. It only recently became purple. Well, hopefully I can, help turn it back red a little bit. All right. And that's the thing I was saying before is ultimately, like, if I ever to get into politics, whatever, I just want, the state motto of my state that I'm now living in to, mean something and not just sound cool, because it does sound cool. Live free or die. That's what I'm talking about. And then you get out here and like, oh yeah, here's $300 for that. Here's, $1 billion for your view tax, whatever, dude. So there you go. Fun little thing here. Let's see. Best barrel length for 300 blackout AR build, 8.5, 9 inches. Done. You can go shorter if you want, but it depends on the purpose, right? But you're getting great ballistics, full powder burn at 9 inches, and there you go. So that's what I would say. Let's see here. Code A. Hey, Clint, how about that tyrannical Massachusetts gun bill next Thursday? You guys have until August 1st. I talked about this also a little bit on my last upload, my first upload. And yeah, it's really bad. It's really, really bad. Oh. Okay. So for those of you that don't know, This is my fiance. Yes, she's a archer, Artemis. No, okay. So, all right, off topic by a lot. Um, what do you guys think? Peanut butter, creamy or crunchy? Where do you guys fall with that? I know this is more of a serious topic, or, tonight's live stream is more of a serious topic, but Kels and I could not agree which peanut butter is better. I'm not going to tell you which one I prefer or which one she prefers, but we're obviously not on the same page here. So what do you guys say? Creamy, crunchy? Let me know. Okay. Now, good sound 5x5. Okay, cool. Thank you. Thank you guys for explaining all that. Tanner's also saying $5 gas and record inflation has been my favorite. Thankfully, even though New Hampshire again has pretty expensive gas, it's not that. It's not $5. Good Lord. That sucks. Oh, that's what I was getting at with Roe v. Wade. Roe v. Wade is the only thing they try to stand on. Everything else is falling apart. There was nothing wrong with Supreme Court. The Supreme Court, what they ultimately did, and this is where I wanted to go with this because this is super important. What the Supreme Court did was give the power back to the states, which inherently is giving the power back to the people. How was that a bad thing? I can understand. Yeah, I see where all this, like, I can see all the different attacks, right? Well, somebody will say, if you don't like what your state is doing, move away from that state. Some people will say, well, I can't afford to move. Then it's like, oh, so you're just stuck with your state's decisions, right? So believe me, I hear the arguments, but at the same time, the less federal government involvement, the better. And that's all there is to it. So the power goes back to the states, and the states are left to decide what they want to do. Okay. Cool. That's that. So there you have it. Justin Squire, he said on camera that he would leave Roe v. Wade up to each state. Yeah. So that's exactly, yeah. Yes. Right. So there he goes. And that's what Trump said. That's what Trump did. It's good. Oh, man. So there you have it. And then William, I don't know how true this is, but he's saying the numbers just came out on abortions after the overturn of Roe v. Wade, and they are even higher now. And I think, and this is how sick some people are, I believe that they might be higher just in spite of I'm just going to get an abortion now because, well, Roe v. Wade's overturned, and this is my form of protest. I truly believe that because that's the sick society that we live in. We live in the same society where somebody might try to do that as a form of protest and also be completely okay with the assassination attempt on a presidential candidate because he's a threat to democracy. It's ridiculous, guys. Ridiculous. RC, we don't live in a republic here in Illinois. It's literally a communist state. We're 90% Republican here, yet Chicago makes it a blue state. So effed here. Yeah. Illinois is rough. Illinois is rough. I've got family in Illinois, visit them pretty often, and yeah. I am in New Hampshire. I am in the little island of freedom. Maine's not too bad. Vermont's not too bad, but they got these stupid little laws. Like Vermont, I think, has capacity limitations, and they're the recent ones that ultimately said that you can't train. I'll pull up the bill later, but there you go. Here we go. Brass, what's your position or role with GOA? F these politics for a bit. Yeah, so I am ultimately there to kind of help spread their message. My official title is a Senior Development and Marketing Officer. So right now, they've pretty much brought me on to really help with goals. Everything after that, I'm actually currently also working with 2A Defenders, which is the college youth program. So ultimately, I'm getting emails from college students, even a few high school students, and some of them are about projects that they're working on. Some of them are, most of them are pro 2A individuals in very anti 2A colleges, and they either have projects that they're working on and they're having to interview somebody like myself that's pro-gun, and somebody anti-gun, and ultimately ask some questions. And I've answered a few of those. Pretty cool stuff. And then there's other ones too, where people are just reaching out. How can I get more involved in my community? How can I argue some of these, some of these points that the anti-gunners are making? And well, I help them with that. And as you can imagine, I have to sometimes tone back because apparently just giving them a good solid Ron White response, F you, isn't the right way to go. No, I'm just kidding. And obviously it's not, because if you want to actually persuade somebody or convince somebody to your thought process or your way of thinking, and this is where we have that issue, like I was talking about before, what truly is a big threat to democracy is not having civilized conversation. Getting way too emotional, getting emotions involved to the point where there's nothing coherent. There's nothing productive coming out of a conversation. So you just, whatever, I'm not going to talk to you about this. And I've had several people do that, because, well, then you start fighting back, arguing like, well, statistically, there's actually more firearms used each year in defensive manners and to save lives, but you can't actually put a number on how many lives saved, just like what you saw with Eli Dickens when he stopped that mall shooter. We know how many people the mall shooter killed before he got killed himself by a concealed carrying good person, good guy with a gun. So how many lives were saved that day? It's an impossible question to answer. Countless is the answer. So, when you start talking about that, it gets some people just, that's when the insults start coming out, like my uncle earlier, that I was talking about. The moment that I told him, like, hey, you're the one that I actually want to own an AR-15 because of, right? Like, you're threatening to blow up people. Why? Because you don't agree with what they're doing? They're, okay. But you're the reason. Oh, you don't know nothing. You're just a kid, whatever. I'm like, okay. Whatever, dude. So there you have it. All right. On to the really important topic. Tanner said creamy. Dilligaf said creamy. We've got John that said crunchy. We've got Sean that said creamy. Wade creamy. If somebody's just tuning in right now, you're probably like, what the hell am I talking about? Just give me a second. Okay. Creamy from Connor, crunchy from Josh, crunchy. I'm wrong and don't care. Creamy. Kels, if you're still watching, creamy wins. Rob, really? Crunchy? I'm team creamy. That's going to be memed. But I am not crunchy peanut butter guy. I just don't like, I'll eat it. It's fine. But I'll complain about it. Right. That's the Marine in me. Oh man, now there's more crunchy coming up. There's more crunchy. There's more. Hell yeah, it is. I don't know what you were responding to, but there you go. Crunchy, creamy only. Crunchy. All right. We're done. No more creamy versus crunchy. We're done. I think it's pretty much a 50-50 split here. So some people prefer crunchy peanut butter. Some people prefer creamy peanut butter, and crunchy peanut butter people are threats to democracy. All right. Continuing on now. Oh man, this is what I live for. This is what I live for my live streams. When somebody tunes in and they comment 2-hour-long video talking about creamy versus crunchy peanut butter, when you're talking about threats to democracy, that's ridiculous. And it's like, dude, this is how my live streams go. Enjoy it or don't, that's all there is to it. So, oh, well, that was fun. Let's see here. Our debate. Yeah. Thanks, Kels. Oh yeah. Good point made about the jam choice. Let's see. Are you doing any meetups at Goals? I'm going to be all over the place. Me personally, I haven't actually talked to GOA about that. But we just had a meeting about, different panels and what my role will be all over the place. So just stay tuned. But as far as meetups go, I will probably put on my social media hey, I'm going to be at this booth for this long at this time. I'll be over here at this point in day. I'll be over here or whatever. Feel free to come by, say hi. I might be talking with Henry about their latest. I might be talking with Q, or as last I heard, Daniel Defense will be there too, which is pretty exciting. So, yeah, you know, there you go. Jif Creamy and Smucker Strawberry Preserves. Eagle Claw 6 knows what's up. All right. But, yeah, Wooly, thank you, first of all, for the super chat. But goals will be a whole meetup for me. We are doing after hours type stuff as well. And my fiance right now, she is planning to be there with me. So her and I are going to be there, and she's going to see me running around like a chicken with its head cut off. Oh, that's the first time using that expression since I've had my chickens. I don't like that expression anymore. But I'd eat him if I have to, but not my boy Chanticleer. That's my one rooster. Which, if you want to see Chanticleer, Kel's got this really cool sign that says "Cluck around and find out" for the coop. Again, go watch. It's towards the end of my latest video. It's pretty funny. But creamy because of spreadability. You gotta love the spread when it comes to the cream. You know what I'm saying? What is wrong with me? All right. Yeah. What the hell are you talking about, Willis? Yes. Yeah, I know. It's something funny between me and my fiance talking about creamy versus crunchy peanut butter. All right. That's all. 50-50 from some other people. Okay. All right. We're done talking about peanut butter. Let's move on. Let's go. Thank you all for tuning in about this. Rob, you failed me, man. You failed me. I don't know what to tell you. They are not meat birds. They are egg birds. All right. But if at the end of the day we needed meat, you know, there is that. Okay. No, his name is not Cluck Norris. If oh, that would make more sense now with the cluck around and find out sign. The next rooster we get. All right. That'll be Cluck Norris. But no, his name's Chanticleer from Rockadoodle. All right. So there you go. Okay. Let's see here. Saw another super chat come in. Thank you, Tanner. Appreciate it. You should have never told us Artemis was your fiance. You two could have messed with us all so bad, just saying random shit and us thinking it's some random person. That is actually, yeah, you know, I thought about that. Like, should I mention that that's my fiance or not? But now that now that it's out of the bag, it's out of the bag, right? So, sorry. You know, actually, just kidding. Rob Jones, R Jones here. That's my real fiance. I don't know what to tell you guys. You know, so you guys make me sick, by the way, with your crunchy peanut butter. Okay, all right. Getting back on topic over here. William. Yes, I was there with Classic. You know, shortly before I left Classic, actually. That was actually the last big thing that I did, was go and talk with those guys. While I was at Monadnock Firearms today, they showed me, Rob there showed me that he had a box of the Fort Scott Munitions Tumble Upon Impact 8.6 Blackout. And I was like, oh, that's spicy. Love the 8.6 Blackout that Q has ultimately designed to make the Honey Badger obsolete, which is really funny. But at the same time, does it though? Because 8.6 price and availability, ballistically incredible. Okay. So hopefully it grows in popularity, and, you know, but while I was at Monadnock Firearms today, I got to talk with a couple of you guys, which was awesome. But I did tag Q and Fort Scott and all those guys, and really excited about that. But as far as Sig Sauer, wait, why am I talking about Q? You asked about Sig. Yes, I have been to SIG since I've moved up here. And yes, I plan on doing an entire tour very, very soon. So stay tuned. All right. But yeah, my bad. I don't know why I started talking about Q. I guess my mind's all over the place right now. This crunchy versus creamy peanut butter debate has got my brain scrambled right now, because some of y'all are so wrong. So interesting. Let them know, right? Well, I'll let them know. I'll let them know that, you know, hey, how many of you guys have had to deal with SIG customer service? That's something that, if I can remain anonymous and I have an issue and I go back to the manufacturer, I try to, but it's kind of difficult now. Good thing, bad thing. So it's like, sucks to hear, but if I've had issues with something and I let somebody know about it, it gets taken care of relatively quick. Well, that's because at one point in time, I was largely affiliated with a 1.5 million subscriber YouTube channel. And now I still in the industry. And so if you're telling me that Sig Sauer has the worst customer service, that sucks to hear. But at the same time, since I know Sig, I could probably let them know, like, hey, what's up with that? Like, where are you guys going with all that? Right. So hopefully they're working on that. And it would be interesting to know what your issue was. Right. So there you go. And now there's Cluck Lee for the rooster's name. Cluck Lee wants to talk to this North, of which y'all killing me. 2A boys, good to see you. Thanks for joining in. Appreciate y'all being here. Let's see here. We've got Taylor Stanton. Thank you for the super sticker. Appreciate that greatly. We've got Rostic Arms up in here. I think I pulled something in my neck yesterday, whatever. But anyway, I was actually turning my head to point at your gun that I've got sitting right over there, because may have been running some drills with it again. I should actually record that, but oh well. Let's see here. But yeah, it's good to see you. Thank you for being here, man. Appreciate you. Appreciate the super chat. Thank you. Let's get on over to what we got. Fully Cooley, Smith & Wesson have made guns since before anyone I've ever met was a thought. Yeah. Yes, that is fact. All right. Iron Phoenix CF kind of went the way of diversity. Should probably proofread a couple of these. Let me explain a little something about that, because I am largely part of that, because I really wanted to get, as I've often said, a diverse background, but everybody still be pro 2A. So I wanted to have different demographics on the channel and get a whole lot of different mindsets, different thoughts going, stuff like that. Because let's be honest, I'm not a black guy. Yep, last I checked, still the same, unfortunately. And so, I'm not going to have the same life experiences. I'm not going to have the same life experiences as the next white guy either, right? So it's all these different perspectives coming under one roof, and then giving everybody's different, experience, different thoughts, opinions, again, from a whole wide variety of backgrounds. And I really thought it was going to be awesome to the channel. I still do, actually. But I kind of hate to hear that, honestly, because when you talk with these guys, they're great dudes. So, but is what it is. Everybody's, you're entitled to your own opinion, and that's all there is to that. I have not. I think you guys are talking about 6-ARC. I see you, John. 6-ARC if you want the AR platform. 6mm Creedmoor if you go bolt action. Not sure who you are referring to, but glad you guys are having the conversation. Jonathan, again, Danny Defense if you want an ambi lower. BCM for value. What was the question? Maybe something I even talked about, but I forgot. Let's see here. Danny Defense if you want the ambi lower. BCM for value. Geisley for quality. Even the rail. Radian if you want Gucci. LMT Knights HK if you are in a NATO death squad. That's pretty funny. I need a BCM, I need a Geisley, and I need a Radian. And a Knights and an HK. And another LMT. I've got plenty of Daniels. But I'd have another. So that's what I'm working. That's goals, I guess you could say. Let's see here. We've got SkyTac. The new hat is awesome. Really like the topo print. Appreciate that. Wasn't too sure if you guys were gonna. I don't even have my other hat here, so smart, Clint. But Kels ultimately helped me come up with the logo, the design. My buddy Lex, who you guys know from Three Teeth, helped me come up with the design, and also the intro and outro music for my channel, which is super freaking cool. And she found this design, the topography design, which also matches my business cards. That, ladies and gentlemen, is a business card. Right? Look at her over here. Like, yeah. How freaking cool is that, right? Well, that had one of my emails on it, so This is live. But anyway, thought this was pretty cool. And that's a business card you guys, that's not one you'll just throw away, right? It's a bottle opener. So there you have it. And it's all metal. Super cool. And I really like the topography as well. I didn't think the topography was going to be as popular as you guys have been saying it is. So appreciate you guys for that. And yeah, pretty neat. Let's see here. We've gotten a little bit of off topic here, talking about names for the rooster and the peanut butter debate and all that type of stuff. But let's be real. With Kamala Harris taking the what we assume is going to be the Democratic nomination, Democrat nomination. And like I was talking about before, the Republicans kind of did something similar against Ron Paul back in 2012. Again, not letting the people actually exercise their will. So, yeah. It's pretty, like I said, pretty scary things happening. But then again, they've always kind of been happening. But things have just definitely gotten a lot more tense worldwide, globally as well. But yeah, what are you going to do? Did you see how people responded to Netanyahu visiting the Capitol? Because if you want to convince the American population that of anything, right? The American people you're trying to convince to side with you on whatever it is you might be thinking, you destroy, you vandalize the things that embody America. That's not going to make me sympathetic to your cause. That's going to make me think you're an asshole. That's going to make me think, no, I don't think I will be sympathetic to your cause. You spray paint Hamas, which I'm going to call it as I see it, a terrorist organization's name, all over the Liberty Bell, all over these other symbols of freedom and American history. That's why. What's your goal here? It seems to me as if you're just trying to implement, I don't know, terror here. The symbolism there is pretty big. You've got the Liberty Bell that now has Hamas spray painted all over it. What are you trying to say? Sounds like a good reason to arm myself even further than I already am. Rob, I'm going to need another 1,000 rounds of 5.56, right? And the American people should probably have their eyes wide open to that. I'm just throwing it out there. You've got people that are willing to use violence and vandalism, destruction of property to try to, force their cause on you. Sounds like we need to wake up a little bit. Not go woke, just wake up, right? Rosting Arms CEO again. It's always good to see you, bro. Putting diversity on classic firearms was game-changing. Thank you for acknowledging color, but not letting it be a barrier or separation. We're all 2A. We are all 2A, and I appreciate you appreciating that. You know what I'm saying? And that's something too that I really think is cool, because if you look at my inbox, my DMs, it's from all sorts of different backgrounds. And thank you again for the super chat, man. I appreciate that greatly. It's from different walks of life, and it's awesome. It's cool because, like I said, if you're pro freedom, pro smaller government, less regulation, more self-reliance. That's the big thing I wanted to push this week. More individual liberties and freedom. Then Yeah, dude. I am all about let's have a conversation about guns. If you're asking, opinions on things, stuff like that, where to get training, whatever. Yeah, let's have that conversation. That stuff's fun, right? So there you go. Let's see here. So that's the GOA hat. That's not my other hat. That's not my Clint Magdump Morgan hat or Clint Morgan logoed hat. No, that's a GOA hat, obviously, because, GOA, hey, hi. So yeah, there you go. Let's see here. What's Sean saying? I think I'd sooner have a Daniel or BCM over Geisley because their barrels are not 4150, they are 4140. Daniel does make some nice barrels, right? So there you go. Tanner says he has 5 Daniels, but should probably try a new brand. I mean, cluck's sake, that's good. But yeah, there's all sorts of, there's all sorts of different manufacturers out there. It's pretty wild. Jonathan, thank you again. Watching the flag being burned was infuriating. And then shout out to the one guy that ran up there and just grabbed the flag and got on out, right? Yeah. Oh, and then tearing down the American flag and replacing it with the Palestinian flag? Okay. Y'all are too much. I'll be honest with you. The entire Israel-Palestine thing, let Israel do Israel. Okay? If Hamas wanted a, FAFO, if you will, then that was on Hamas and how Israel is responding. And if it's all of it's kind of wild to me. Like if they believe that Israel is always in the wrong, they're always doing bad things, they don't care about collateral damage, then why entice them? Until you're ready to actually do a full scale invasion, not just massacre a bunch of people at a music festival. It didn't seem like a good way to go, honestly. You knew you're outnumbered. You knew you don't have the technology. You don't have the weaponry. You don't have the manpower to actually invade Israel and, do something that might actually elevate your cause, right? No, you spanked a bear, and now all of a sudden the bear is retaliating in the most violent way possible to end what ultimately threatened it. And you expected what? I don't believe America needs to get involved. We have way too much involvement in foreign affairs and not enough involvement where it matters back here at home. So our resources, our troops, our money, our ammunition, everything that falls under the umbrella of resources needs to stay here until we fix our own shit, which will be when? Probably never. And I'm cool with that. So another threat to democracy are these proxy wars that they keep wanting us to get involved in, if you ask me. So there you go. Yeah, their war. Let them deal with it as they see fit. Do you think if Trump was president, he would do something? We had the Abraham Accords. If Trump was president, I think there would actually be peace. There you go. Israel has every right to defend itself. Done. And if their goal is to cause chaos, Cameron Duncan Son 1, if their goal is to cause chaos, they did it. They did it. They got Israel to respond. And what more do I need to say, right? What more do I need to say? 2A boys. The boys have a long list of 2A uncles from all races, creeds, and backgrounds. It's an amazing family. Yeah, I always agree, the Constitution, the Bill of Rights, the Declaration of Independence, that is all there. All of these liberties belong to the people of the United States, right? But I've got a question I kind of want to format to everybody watching right now. Which, thank you for all of you still here and hanging out. I greatly appreciate it. What are your guys' thoughts? And it's a loaded question, does the 2A apply to everyone? Does it?
What I mean by that is, if somebody's willing to use a firearm, let's just get real, right? If they're here, they're United States citizens, right? And now all of a sudden they are wanting to, I don't know, force jihad on the United States. That way of thinking, prior to actually enacting any type of violence and all that type of stuff, prior to any type of physical movement to force their will on the people, they would be considered United States citizens. They would have all the rights granted to them that by our Creator has granted us, and that is protected by the United States Constitution, right? So does the 2A apply to individuals that would seek to actually, I don't know, remove your personal liberties? What do you guys think? Right? I'm reading a couple of you guys so far because I have my thoughts on it. Because the principle of the matter is they're a U.S. citizen. They should be granted all the rights, right? They should, like, again, it's not us that grant the rights at the end of the day, right? Our Creator. Specific words used. Our Creator. In my mind, yeah. So with that, don't limit me, or anybody else for that matter, on the training that I can get, on what I might deem the most necessary tool to my self-preservation, to my life, liberty, or the pursuit of happiness, and that of my family. So, yeah. So let's see what you guys think about that. And before I start getting into that really quick, I did want to get to Jonathan over here. Thank you again, man. Thank you. Appreciate all the super chats that you're sending over. Thank you so much. U.S. paying Taliban weekly after 20 years of war. Isn't it like 40 million weekly? Something like that. It's crazy to think, right? But yeah, I can't remember. What was his name? Legend on the Sean Ryan show. Go listen to it. That, first of all, the Sean Ryan show is a great podcast. Absolutely love his guests. And pretty much all of them are just freaking home runs. But yeah, it's pretty infuriating what we're doing for the people, for the organization, the terrorist organization, by the way, that ultimately killed so many of our troops and so many people for the past 20 years. And we're paying them. It's crazy. So, yeah. And dude, I absolutely agree. America should stay out of anything that's not America. But that's the question. If it's not, right? If it's not America, why are we involved, right? A lot of questions there. Oh, is it because maybe the individuals that are getting their pockets lined some way or another, maybe they're involved and that's why America's involved? Oh man, there's so many things to be said. This is so not going to be monetized after this. But whatever. Oh yeah, there it is. Jonathan, thanks again. Sean Ryan showed a few other places reference this. Exactly. So again, is it true? Can we prove it? Hard to say, right? Hard to say. Chilo, thank you. Good to see you as well. Yes, 2A for us law-abiding citizens. Oh, you opened up a can of worms there, because what's a law-abiding citizen? What if it's not a constitutional law? Like capacity bans, capacity limitations, or registers. What makes a law-abiding citizen? So by that mindset, if I were to drive from New Hampshire to my unit in Massachusetts, and I have my SIG 365, can't show that on YouTube. If I have the gun that would be in this holster, my Alpha Mega Kydex holster, code MagDump, shameless plug, that has a 17 round capacity, and I had to drive to my unit in Massachusetts, I'm not covered by any rules of commerce or anything like that, because my destination is Massachusetts. I'm no longer a law-abiding citizen. Does the Second Amendment still apply to me? And that's why I ask these types of questions, to provoke further thought, because now all of a sudden we're starting to get into, oh, wow, what are the threats to democracy? Laws like that. How about that, right? And you might be thinking, okay, that's a stretch, right? To democracy as a whole, where do you think it starts? Chip away rights left and right, right? Chip away rights here and there, so that way it spreads, and now all of a sudden you have what rights? Some places it's not even legal to own what I've got here, which are a few chickens and ducks, right? Granted, an apartment building where they have a rule where you can't have livestock, okay, fine. That's an apartment building enforcing a rule, okay? But if I reside within a city and a city says, no, you can't have any livestock or anything like that, it's like, okay, some people might say it's due to noise or smell, and people don't want to smell their neighbors' hens. Okay, I feel like that could just be something settled between neighbors, but so yeah. Here we go, Brass Angels. 2A applies to all Americans except pedos if they denounce their American citizenship or their love for freedom. 2A welcomes you. Well. You guys already know what I said earlier. So interesting. If they denounce their American citizenship or their love for freedom, 2A welcomes you. I think maybe you got that a little. If they denounce their American citizenship or their love for freedom, 2A. If they don't, I think that's maybe what you meant to say. Maybe. Again, yeah. So equal claw, yeah. Yes, 2A for law-abiding citizens. Again, where are we over here? So bring up some good points. Appreciate that, Red Warhawk 96. Is that an F-14? That's cool. Let's see here. Cameron Duncanson 1. Sorry, Ahmed Massoud's father was the leader of the North Alliance of Afghanistan, had fought for the Russian invasion of Afghanistan. Yes. That, again, was all from the Sean Ryan show and Legend and all that type of stuff. Zoning laws are a problem for those in the country that purchase land to be left to their own devices. Interesting. Let's see here. You can change apartments pretty easily. You can't change cities so easily. Fair. Can y'all rate my build Pro 2A Tactical? All right, Ghost. Let's take a quick break from all of the serious talk and let's rate this gentleman's build. Let's do it right here, right now. In fact, Ghost, I should probably create a new email for this type of stuff, as I've done once before. Ghost, can you DM me? Are you on Instagram? Can you DM me magdump_Morgan and I can pull it up and maybe show everybody here your build? That would be pretty cool if you ask me. I think that would be pretty fun. Let me see here. Just let me know. I'm checking everything. I don't know what your handle is on Instagram, so you're going to have to forgive me. Let's see here. Oh, man. I've got a few DMs that I have missed. Sorry, guys. And Scott, I saw yours from earlier about check my email. I'll get to that. I'll get to that. So let's see here. But Ghost. Yes, give me a sec. All right, perfect. Magdump_Morgan. Do that. And then y'all keep a lookout for Ghost here. Send it on over. But I'll make this a more legit thing and get an email up and going just for builds. And we can do that live and on the air. And you can get everybody's feedback, criticism, or compliments right here, which I think will be pretty fun. So, all right. But in the meantime, you said, now I got to go back and find it, that you've got a 10.5 inch 300 blackout upper. Okay. That sounds nice so far. Timney trigger, Streamlight ProTac 2. Okay. Vortex strike equal 1 to 6, SB tactical brace. Magpul angled foregrip, Radiant Raptor. You wanted a 1-6 on a 10-5 300 blackout? All right. I can't wait to see it. I'm looking forward to it. Y'all keeping an eye out for Ghost in the chat when he says he's sent it on over. All right. Whoa, 300 blackout fail. Fail? What are you talking about, dog? What do you mean fail? So I don't mind a 10-5 300 blackout. That's okay. That's okay. Tanner, how many genders usually email me? 57? Isn't that how many there are? Something like that. I don't know. 2, because that's all that exists. 2. Tanner, love you. Okay, all right. So Ghost said he sent the request. Oh man. First of all, if I go to all requests and then I scroll down to hidden requests, this is something that I've realized is there's a lot. Boy, howdy. You live in Coyote country. Makes sense. Totally get that. So I'm taking a look at it. I'm trying to at least. What is your Instagram handle? I'm not finding it. I don't see it. It is magdump_Morgan, right? Not like, let's see. This is all requests. I have no idea. See, this is what I'm talking about. Why is it so difficult? Is it on Instagram? I'm just checking. Let's see here. Going back to this really quick. Yes, I did. In fact, do I still have it pulled up somewhere? I think I do. I think I can find it. Massachusetts gun law, because what's happening in Massachusetts right now is scary. It goes into effect August 1, and it is it's bad. That's all there is to it. And I saw that GOA had a pretty good layout of what it is. And I am looking for it, except, of course, when I found it earlier for the video that I made, I could find it. But whatever, there's a lot of ultimately gun control that's taken place. It's going to make it very difficult for businesses to do business. And it's ultimately making, get your orders in this weekend. That's pretty much all I can say, right? It really sucks. Oh, that's pretty good. BlackRock is the Federal Reserve. Tupper Harley. Appreciate it, man. Rosting again. Thank you, bro. Want to do any giveaways on this channel? I know a cool rifle company. Eventually. Let me get things up and going first. Maybe what am I even at right now? Dashboard 36,000. When I hit 40,000 subscribers, Rostic, what do you say we do a giveaway? I'll be honest with you. I really like my premium RA15. I don't feel like giving away mine, but if you and I could work out something, I would give away my premium RA15, right? If I could somehow get another one, you know what I'm saying? I'm not asking for a free gun. I will, because you've hooked me up once before, but since I'll help the advertising, hook your boy up with a discount. All right. So, but I think 40,000, we do a Rostic Arms giveaway, 40,000 subscribers on the YouTube channel. We do a Rostic Arms giveaway. It's going to be a little difficult about how to go about that. You and I will have to talk about that. But let's figure it out. And, cause obviously I'm not a company, right? So it can actually be pretty easy. I can show the gun on a video, talk about, here it is, the RA15, whatever you and I decide. And then if you watch my live stream, you know why I'm showing this off. And then if you want to enter, I'll come up with a way to enter. Sound fair? Everybody like that idea? I think that'd be kind of fun. So you offered, Rostic, I'm just throwing it out there. You offered, you're in this now. All right. Unless the cool rifle company you're talking about isn't yours, but I don't think that's the case. Let me know what you guys think. By the way, if you haven't heard of Rostic Arms and you've been following me for quite some time, then you should know, right? So there you go. Let's see here. This is kind of funny. Actually, I got to get to this. Hello, it's me, the eldest sibling of who you shut it out early. Can you remember my name? Maya? Are you trying me right now? It's funny. Jonathan, please, can I send mine too for the roast? Got my girls, my do-all, my home defense. Yeah, all right. my next live stream, you know what? I think I'll have something kind of fun coming up. My buddy Lex, who I mentioned before, this is Kels and I's friend, lead singer of Three Teeth. I'll ask him if he wants to be a part of it, but he's going to be in town visiting. He and I are going to be hanging out, probably shoot some guns and stuff like that. And I'll make an email. Should do it now. Let's just do it now. Let's do it now. Let's go to Gmail. Let's do it right now. Let's have some fun, guys. Let's do it right now on the live stream. Let's create a new email. Can I do that? Add another account. Can I create account for my personal use? Sure. First name. What are we going to call it, guys? Is this how I do it? Can I just not create another email? Is that, oh God, how did I do this before? Now I got to remember, manage your Google account. You guys are probably lighting it up in the chat like, Clint, you're an idiot. This is how easy it is to do. I have to look at the Rosting Arms site. You should. I think you'll like it, Broken Cloud. You're going to forget and never check it. I'm going to check it. Okay. I'm going to check it live because you guys will remind me. All right. I can still do yours. I'm trying to find, did you DM me on Instagram? Cause I'm not seeing it, bro. And somewhere, maybe, I don't know, man. I'm looking like, I don't, tag me in a story or something so I can see it come up because I'm just not seeing it. Oh, you're gonna have to forgive me, bro. I am looking though, but I'm still reading the comments. Clint, roast your builds. You don't read your emails now. I'll get there, okay? I'll get there, all right? Gerald saying, get those hats and merch done. We support you. Appreciate that. Working on it as we speak. You guys are too funny about it. I am doing it live, all right? Just like Bill O'Reilly. Let's see here. Still looking. You guys are also letting me know about a spoof YouTube account, which I did read a comment. Somebody responded back that there is somebody, imagine that, impersonating me to try to get you guys for a giveaway or something like that. I have not done any giveaways, and I commented and I said probably won't be doing any giveaways, but that obviously just changed. In the near future is what I said. So we'll see how long it takes to get to 40,000 subscribers, which is... Maybe I should make it 45. We'll make it 40. And, but anyway, I'm trying, bro. I'll figure this out. Again, follow me on all social media, Twitter, Truth Social. I'm now on Truth Social, _Morgan. Okay. And, we'll figure all that out, but, oh man. Rostic offered a firearm to giveaway, and Clint somehow turned that into him getting rid of his shout out barrel rifle for a new. All right, that's kind of fair too. I just thought it would be kind of fun because that's the one that people have seen like on video and in social. All right, maybe not. Okay, fine. So whatever, 100K. That's big. Wow. That's turned my neck again too fast. I already said 40K. I don't want to make you guys mad, but at the same time, it's one of those things where it's like, it's just time, right? And JC, y'all be mad at, what the hell, where's the thing? JC is the one that's ultimately suggesting 100,000 subscribers. I do a giveaway with Rostic Arms. That'll give me plenty of time to work out all the kinks, and get it figured out. So you know what? Forgive me. I know I said 40K, maybe 40K. I'll do a couple of giveaways. I've got a few hats, 40K. I'll randomly select some of the followers, and maybe I'll do it on a live stream. Actually, I wonder if I can, like, first person I see who guesses the number I'm thinking between 1 and 1,000, you're getting a free hat. How about that, right? So 40K, I'll do that. 100K, we're doing a gun giveaway, and that's all there is to it. Bam, done. That's that. Set it. And 4570. Can I get away with, I really screwed up my neck the other night. I don't know how I did that, but YouTube shouldn't get mad at me because I'm not handling the gun on camera, right? 4570 because that thing's wicked. Love 4570. But yeah, that's the Henry all-weather 4570 lever gun there. Awesome gun. Absolutely love it. And I'll come up with the entire... Stop pushing the giveaways. He just got out of gun debt, right? Roast my rod, Scott says. If this was a card channel and I was doing hot rods, that would be it. That would be it. That's all there is to it. So there you go. He's saying 50K. I like the idea of 100K. It just makes that reach a little bit more, right? I like that idea of 100K. So we're going to go with that. All right. Eric, yo, good to see you as well. Thank you for being here. And maybe one day we'll see 1 million. Maybe, but appreciate you guys. Eric, thank you so much for the super sticker as well. Appreciate it. And I just want to make sure too, yeah, okay. I just want to make sure I didn't miss any super chats. And yeah, okay, I got you, Jonathan. So again, thank you guys so much for being here and being a part of all of it. All right. Let's see. Gonna come on over. I eat crunchy peanut butter on 417. On a 417? Let's see. All right. Mag Dump Mafia. That's pretty good. I do like that. I like that quite a bit. Maybe we could get that going too. You guys are just all full of good ideas, right? So there you go. I'm going to come up with the email. I'll come up with the email once I get that figured out. I don't know why it was like being so difficult. I can add another account, set up email, Google. Why is it easier to do this on my phone than whatever else? For personal use, sure. I'll just do that. Okay. I'm doing it right now, Ghost. Hold on. What's my birthday? July 4th, 1776. Do you think this is going to work? 1776. Gender. American. Okay, so yeah, it doesn't say I could use July 4th, 1776. So I guess I'll put my real birthday in there. All right, I'm setting up the email now so you guys can send in your builds, your rifles, your pistols, your whatever, and we will ultimately, like I said, criticize, compliment your builds live right here. All right. And let's just make it Mag Dump Militia. What was the one of you guys said? Mag Dump Mafia. Let's see if that one's available. Mag Dump Mafia. Mag Dump Mafia. That's not how you spell mafia, Clint. magdumpmafia@gmail.com. Is it available? It is. That's going to be the email. Email magdumpmafia. You like that? Pretty good. Good job, Austin. That goes to you. Hopefully you're not expecting any type of kickback. So magdumpmafia@gmail.com is how you can send in your builds. All right. And that's pretty fun. I think that's going to be pretty cool. And I'll just use the suggested password. Thanks for that. Or not, whatever. And for anybody that might be watching this after the live, you're probably like, what the hell is happening right now? Just, don't worry about it. Not now. Don't feel like doing that. I really have to put in my phone number now for a verification code. You guys are killing me. I probably should have done this sooner. That way I'd have been a little bit more prepared, but it is all good. Okay, cool. We are there. So magdumpmafia@gmail.com, magdumpmafia@gmail.com. You guys can email there. All right. Now, last time I did this, okay, Google said no. And I had to actually like get them to review it. And that was that. So it's all set up. Email it over there, Ghost, and magdumpmafia@gmail.com. It is up. As you guys can see, that's not really in focus at all, but that's that. Okay. Really good timing. I was actually expecting when I showed you guys my phone to the camera that one of my buddies was going to send a very inappropriate picture or something at that exact moment just to mess with me. But thankfully that didn't happen. All right, great. Cool. I think we've kind of covered, some of the thoughts and some of the discussion tonight about what the title is all about, and your Lola Ghost. Lola is the name. Nice. But I think we kind of covered quite a bit. And for anybody that might be still watching, if you've watched this after the live and you're wondering why this video is so long, that's because it is a live stream. And obviously we go all over the place because I do like to interact with you guys. I greatly appreciate every last one of you being here. I'm not signing off just yet because I want to get Ghost's email, and we are going to roast that build. And it's actually going to be fairly easy, I think, to pull it up and share my screen. Actually, it'll be easier with the email instead of just DM. So that'll be pretty cool. Let's see if I can go ahead and pull that up really quick, actually. Add another account. Mag Dump Mafia at gmail.com is where you guys can send in your builds and all that type of stuff. And now I've got to remember the password I just made up on the fly. Okay, we're good. Yeah, sure. Okay. Touch ID. Okay, fancy. Done. All right, we're working on it here. Let's see if it's come through just yet. I do not feel like doing any of this right now. Not now. We're not setting up a profile picture and all that. I'll do that later. Can I just go to mail? Is it in here yet? Oh, that was quick. All right, that was quick. Eric, I see you. Ola ha first. Yes, you are, Eric. That is funny. Okay, here we go. I don't want your email to be shown, so I'm going to scroll just a little bit. Okay. All right, we got it here. Okay, so let's go ahead and present. I'm going to put this over here so it's just a whole window. And guys, we're going to bust this build. We're going to blast this blaster. We're going to criticize his GAT. I guess, I don't know, whatever you want to call it. But let's go ahead and present right now. Not slides. Where? Not extra share screen. There it is. You would think I would be able to do this without screwing up. Bam. There we go. There it is, everybody. There is Ghost's 300 blackout. We've got it right here. 10.5-inch build. What I think is really funny is that your scope, your optic, and your light are just about as long as the upper receiver. I mean, that's good. All right. Okay. Here we go. This, that, GAT. I like it. Sweet baby Jesus, he says. All right, guys. What do y'all think? Now, he says he lives in Coyote Country. Okay. What I want to know is, my biggest criticism with this is you've got an A2 flash hider on a 10.5-inch 300 blackout build. Why don't you have this guy suppressed? Why don't you have it suppressed? Where is it? LPVO, he says he lives, now I can understand an LPVO with the light in a low light condition on a Coyote or something like that, I get it. But if that's the purpose of this gun, I'm over here thinking, where's the can, man? Where's the can, right? Christopher Childers, love the live reviews, right? Suppressor is in paperwork jail. All right, so that's exactly what Maximus Decimus Meridius is saying as well. Get that can, man. But okay, Ghost, what silencer did you go with? Huh? What silencer did you go with? All right, that's what I think we're ultimately wanting to know here. But there you guys have it. It's not a bad setup. All right, I'm trying to see. Can I zoom in? Hello. Okay. That's good. All right, we can work with that. I can't grab and move, but whatever. Okay. Angled foregrip for obvious reasons. Looks like you've got the cable for the pressure pad coming around. Again, 1-6 Strike Eagle. What is this rail? Who makes that? I'm not too sure. Oh, you do have a Surefire can. Where the hell's my? There we go. Surefire. Okay, nice. My cans are in gel too. Sucks to be us. Becoming dangerous. Right. Let's see. Oh, we got love the build from Majestic Angel. Love the build. Does look, she do look pretty heavy. That ProTac, man, that's a thick boy. For other than cost, something I think might that you might benefit from is the turbo light with that high candela, right? So there you go. Pro 2A tactical upper, he says. All right. Need a hot pocket on there. I could see that as well. The hot pockets are pretty awesome. Let's see here. Also, yes, an armed society is a polite society. Too much optic. So he says he's in coyote country, right? Coyote country, 1 to 6, not bad. But like I said, with the can, I think could make a little bit more sense. But right now, with that A2 flash hider on there, let me see if I can back out some more. That A2 flash hider, man. Yeah, once your can's out of jail, we're going to do this again. But I do love me some shorty builds. You guys know that already, right? That's the ProTac, he said, from Streamlight. So it's not bad. It's definitely not bad. It's got some questionable, again, for what you're using it for, I think it makes sense. So I'll leave it at that. Everybody else is over here. Candela has summoned me. Goonbeam. Oh, shit. Goonbeam, what's up, man? I've heard about you. Candela has summoned me. That's funny. Yeah, my buddy DLD After Dark. I think he's talked you up pretty good. And Goonbeam, I need to try out one of those lights. For those of you that might just be joining or you didn't hear, Crazy K, you can submit your builds to magdumpmafia@gmail.com. Thank you, Austin, for that dope ass hashtag and what is now the official email account for this channel. All right. Magdump Mafia. That's where you guys can contact things like that. Send in your builds and all that type of fun stuff. And there you go. All right. Oh, dude, that's fun. Okay. Now let's see. And like I said, I'll hide your emails and stuff, so you don't have to worry about people, emailing you and saying your build sucks or whatever. All right. I'll try to do a good job about that. Let's see here. All right. You know what? This wasn't supposed to be my first live stream, GAT criticism, but that's pretty much what's turning it into. And I'm going to be going for the next 10 minutes. That'll be 2 hours. We're stopping at 9 o'clock tonight. All right. So with that, John, looks like John Cranford, I'm not sure. He said, what was he said? Helicon Draconis, my build sucks. That's funny. Oh man, 2A boys are happy to see Goonbeam in the house as well. That's awesome, dude. Glad you're here. Again, magdumpmafia@gmail.com. Magdumpmafia@gmail.com is where you guys can submit stuff. And it is pretty funny where can I present a screen? Let's see. I want to try something else. If I can present, because I just don't want to, like I said, I just don't want. All right, here we go. This one's pretty cool. I'll share my screen on this one. The moment that I find it here we go. Check this one out. Look at this. All right, who is this in the chat? Whose build is this? Somebody claim it. Austin, by the way, he says, you're welcome, bro. Glad to help. Maybe some shirt designs in the future. Hashtag MagDumpMafia. I think we can make that happen. I think all my future Instagram posts are going to be including that there, right? So I like that, right? Keith, thank you, man. It's almost like you can hear my voice getting dry, right? All right, whose build is this? All I see is a real name in the email. But that's okay. There's Brass Angels. Got you. That's your rig. All right. So what do we got, man? Give us a little bit of information here, because it looks like we've got, first of all, that Cryptech design and everything on the paint. That's pretty baller. Is that we've got a folder? Which one's that one? Is that the Sylvan? Is that the Law? I can't even tell over here. So send a better pick. Couldn't get the shit right. It's okay. Here's the other side of it. I guess that's not bad. Magpul MS3 sling, it looks like. Okay, a little hand stop. Got the Cryptech on the EOTech there. There's that a Unity riser as well. All right. I see you. Oh, that's that Geisley, Super Semi-Auto flat. I like that trigger a lot. I'm pretty sure that's the exact same one I've got in my Mark 18. There we go. Okay. All right. So that's what I'm going to say. If you guys are going to send in, builds, things like that, give out a spec sheet, right? All the stuff. I like the tourniquet, by the way, over here. Yeah, you got a tourniquet on the stock and everything. I like it. And what can is it? I can't quite identify the can from this photo here, but yeah, I'd be happy to hear a little bit more from Brass Angels about that one. It's pretty sweet. Pretty sweet. Tanner, again, thank you so much, bro. Thoughts on Holosun 510C for homesteader or other close range setups? The Holosun 510C is a pretty sweet optic. I like it quite a bit, to be honest. So I think you'll like that. The homesteaders, yeah, that's solid. We've got Fully Cooley. He said that's classy. He's liking the build as well. He likes how the buffer tube matches. That's why I've got my Mark 12 painted up. It's behind me. I painted, I extended the buffer tube or extended the stock the entire way so the buffer tube gets the paint too. Attention to detail, guys, right? So there you go. Let's see here. We talked about this before. Jessica Sim 44, always good to see you, bro. Thanks for being here. If our Mr. Trump were to be dead, how would the public react, and any thoughts? I talked a little bit about that earlier, and it's crazy to think about where we would be right now as a nation and society, right? So, pretty wild. Let's see here. We've got William is wanting to know why the front side is backwards. You can pretty much take a look at the picture and see why. Right where he has this set up, which what do we have going on here? But it's ultimately space, right? Front sight honestly doesn't really matter. Like if you have it facing rearward or frontward, especially if it's just a backup, it's once you got it zeroed, you got it zeroed. I mean, that's that. I'm not going to be adjusting my front sight anyway. So if you have it zeroed and it's facing you, it's just the tip of the post that you're looking at. Doesn't matter if it's backwards or not, because when you rotate the post, it's 360 anyway. So, right. So he just has that just due to space. But I am, what is, because I was thinking pressure pad, that's why you'd have that, but I'm trying to okay. All right. Hand stop. All right. Help me out. Okay. Here we go. It says the can is a Blackhawk gas can 762, same thing as the Omega 300. All right. Thank you, everyone. Very generous. Dills SQCKPJ. Sweet build so far on Facebook. Awesome. Good to see that. Solid build. Everybody's liking that, man. Everybody's liking the paint job. Ghost over here, Ghost was our first, criticize your GAT, whatever you want to call it. He was our first one over here, which is pretty cool, man. So nice build. He's complimenting it as well. We would be using these pics instead of just looking at them. 510C is awesome. We ran the hell out of that and the AEMs on SOT builds. Can I do a rifle painting build? Absolutely. Rifle painting video. Absolutely. In fact, I got a gun or two I need to paint. Yeah, that'd be pretty good. I got to remember how to do it like I did on my Mark 12 because I really like how that paint job came out, that guy right there with the AEM 5. Sorry, you guys mentioned the AEMS on SOT builds. That's what you were saying. There we go. How is there still paint on the can? Oh. Gat Mage brings up a legitimate question. Have you shot it? Have you shot it yet? So there you go. Monadnock Studis, I have to at least get a light on mine before I submit it. It's up to you. We won't hold it against you. We won't hold it against you. Maybe we will. But yeah, there you guys have it, right? Ooh, Punisher says don't like it. Well, to each their own, right? I like the Cryptek. It's something different. I like the paint job and all that stuff. That looks like, was that the Aero Atlas rail? So I can't tell what rail that is, but yeah. There you have it. I like it. I like it. Good job, guys. And I can take a look at a few more that may have come through really quick. Why not? This stuff's pretty fun. How the hell do I go back? Oh, that's how. Good job. Oh, now you guys are submitting them over here. I see you. Okay. The 556 I filled. Sorry about this. This Nissan's what it looks like. Hot pocket in tow. Got it. Let's see. Oh, there we go. Better picks here from Brass Angels. Here, I'll go to pull these up really quick as well. And let's show these. There you go. Yeah, it looks good. Now we can take a little bit better look at what we got going on. So there's a pressure pad. Okay. So yeah, he's got a pressure pad set up. And so noticing where the QD is and everything, that's why the front sight is reversed. So you got room, right? Because if this were flipped the other way, then ultimately you wouldn't be able to actually lower your front sight because it'd be sitting on the QD post and everything else. So like I said, it's not that big of a deal, especially if it's just a backup anyway. Whatever. But yeah, no, like I said, looks good, man. Nicely done. Nicely done. And again, everybody, what y'all think over here? Austin saying he has the same rail in his 762x39 build. Nice. My dude, don't stop doing you. I don't know if you're talking to me, to Brass Angels, or whoever, but appreciate it. So yes, so it was an arrow enhanced and has been sliced off. Very cool. Yeah, nicely done, man. This is cool. Let's see here. When it was zoomed out, I was confused at what I was looking at. That's camo, man. There's a show. It's doing its job, right? We've got Jonathan over here saying he loves the bag setup. Very cool. Rumble, good fella. Anyone that's on Rumble having the stream just jump back a few minutes. That's interesting. Wonder why that would happen. Huh. So you guys, again, you can send on over to magdumpmafia@gmail.com. All right. magdumpmafia@gmail.com. And General Lee, I see you. I'll get that one up there too. And we are now actually officially at 9 o'clock, but whatever. Next one that came in, I'll do that one. Let's see here. Let me, before I reveal everybody's email over here. Let's see. All right, so let me go in order. So Eric was the first one that said aloha, ha first. Yes, technically you were. Very cool. Yeah, the Google account. I don't care. There we go. John Valise. All right, I'm getting to John's, and then I'll get to everybody else when I actually start doing the roasts and all that type of stuff. All right. So let me pull this one up really quick, and we've got a few of them over here this time. All right, guys, let's take a look. Let us take a look here. Let's see if I can, woo. All right, let's start. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Well, that was fun. Can I not? There it is. Okay. So up top, I like the B5 furniture. Obviously, you got the B5 furniture all the way around. Always a fan of that. I do like the rail covers. These are comfortable. I've used these before. I like those quite a bit. What do we have going on? We've got Steiner Optics. Hello. I see you. Definitely a fan of that red dot. That red dot is pretty freaking awesome. And I think I've used the Steiner LPVOs before. I just don't recall aim point action. It looks like we have happening up top. So starting up top, QD muzzle device, but looks like we've got the Surefire can on the bottom one. Okay, I was just making sure we had a can somewhere. All right. Let's see. I mean, solid builds. There's nothing like crazy fancy. It's everything you need. I like, the backwards BCM. Awesome. Ergonomics for the win. Pressure pad on your light here. Good. Simple, reliable red dot. I mean, it's just a good build. You've got your sling attached. Looks like we've got a Radian charging handle. Overall, like I said, it's just a simple, looks like to me what would be a lightweight with the ambi controls here, or at least the ambi safety. Yeah, I like what I'm saying. What upper is that? Is that? I can't exactly make it out, but yeah, that one is, yeah, that one's, that's nice. All right. Second one was this little Geisley URGI action happening over here with the Steiner. Again, I mean, solid build. I just realized too, you've got the extender there. Did you get that one from T-Rex? So these are cool because whenever you have, for those of you that might not know, whenever you have a silencer on, and then let's say your light is actually back here, where typically might be mounted, you don't get any of that shadow or that overcast from the silencer. This pushes your light out a little bit further, so that way now you get more light instead of a shadow from your silencer. So these are pretty cool. Pretty cool. Again, just awesome build. Yeah, guys like through and through. Yeah, solid, man. 14.5 pinned and weld, I assume, or SBR, whatever. But yeah, I think the URGIs, the Geisley Super Duties or whatever, the 14.5s. So nice. And then again, are they all clouds too? It looks like. Yep. Nice. Goonbeam might have something to say about that. Decent pressure pad up top here, a little bit shorter build. Love that this guy's got the can on it. Yep, there you go. Perfect. Oh, dude, you're close. Oh man. Well, hey, if you're gonna be around next Saturday, stop by Monadnock Firearms, man. Let's have a cup of coffee together or something. Solid. You got it looks like the Blue Force gear, Vickers sling on there, B5 SOP mod again. Just all in all, this is that lightning bow. It's one of my favorite triggers from Geisley. Just awesome. EOTech holographic. Again, all your builds are simple. Got the extendo on there too. Again, that's some Arasaka, which ultimately they make T-Rexes, stuff like this. So, but anyway, there's simple builds that have everything that I would have on mine if I just want something that I know is going to get the job done. And yeah, dude, these are great. Really like these. So nicely done. Good job. With that, that's enough for now, guys. All right, that's what I have to say about that. So let me get over here to the comments, what you guys might have to say. First of all, Jessica Simp brings up a really valid point. The AR-15 is the Glock of the rifles. They're kind of like the Jeep of the rifle world, right? Like you can just do anything to them, build them out, customize them, make them however you want to make them. And God, if I can figure out okay, I can just use my there. So yeah, Brass Angels also over here, very nice, tastefully built, very nice trio. That's what I thought. Ghost, Mr. Moneybags over here. Typical live stream where it just goes all over the place. Yeah, exactly right, Keith. Jessica Simp over here again. God bless America. Love that. Eagle saying great live. Appreciate that. Again, I think we covered quite a few topics. Definitely we hit on what this is ultimately titled about. We talked a lot about what truly are threats to our democracy today, and things that really, again, a lot of what I'm going to be doing on this channel is thought-provoking. I want to, again, inspire thought. I just want to have open dialogue and conversations with a lot of you guys. I know quite a few of you are probably going to be similarly, minds, in a similar thought process, and we think the same. But for anybody that might not, it'll be cool to get your opinions on and all that type of fun stuff. So yeah, it's pretty much what I got to say, going back to the other build from Brass Angels, I personally don't like the Cryptech, but the build is nice. So there you go. But there you have it. JC, nailed it, Clint. Appreciate it. Keep it simple and light also about the trio builds over there, which again just looked great. Enjoyed the live, Clint, from Jerry. Thank you guys so much. Appreciate all of that. And we need to go back to One Nation Under God. Yeah. I definitely agree, to a point, because there is that separation of church and state and everything, and it's like, hey, I want everybody the reason this country exists is for freedom of religion and ultimately individual liberties. And I wanted to, that's where I wanted to go, right? Live free or die. Like the state motto in which I reside now, which I wish they actually lived by that. But here we are. All right. With that, guys, time for me to call it a night. So that is how we are going to leave it for now. Again, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Thank you guys for hanging out with me tonight. Appreciate every last one of you. Appreciate greatly all of the super chats. That's definitely going to help me out with the channel and hell, even my family. So thank you guys again. Greatly appreciate every last one of you. God bless you guys. And with that, we'll see you guys next time. All right. So till then, live free. Make sure you reach out to your state, local representatives. Let them know that the ATF needs to be abolished and that the NFA needs to be repealed and that, machine guns should be sold at Walmart. God bless you guys. Till next time, I'll get through some of the chats here as the ending rolls, and we'll see you guys soon. Later, y'all.